Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Thrive to Drive, where we buy tons of broken vehicles and take the longest time ever fixing them. So this story is going to be slightly different. It goes back about 10 years, wherein I made the only right decision in my life. Before I begin with the story, I would like to apologize for not being able to post for the last 4 months. Not for the lack of content, but there has been a lot of exciting things happening. But between these 4 months, I got extremely unwell because of COVID. I was basically almost bedridden for about a month, got a bad pneumonia in my lungs because of COVID. The situation in India is bad at the moment, and we were trying to be as careful as possible, and then trying to recuperate work, trying to get it up and running back again. Not being able to work for a month took its toll at my shop. So, and also my associate Madhav, had a bad accident and got a serious injury. Without him, couldn't get the motivation to get back to making content. But yes, now we're back with a bang though, and have a lot of exciting news. Today we're going to talk about my Skoda, the car which started my journey into the tuner car world back in 2013. I bought this car brand new, and at that point of time I had no idea about tuner cars. This car, along with the Mach 1 Skoda RS, were the holy grail vehicles in India for tuner guys. These were the only cars you could buy brand new and tune up to a wide extent because of the association with the Audi VW group. I almost felt like being Paul Walker in this car, hence the blue color, like his R34 GTR. And Chandigarh was my fast and furious world, and we had a lot of fun with it. Now we're going to step into the driver's seat of my vehicle, and we're going to talk about how you can build a sports car killer within a budget of about 10 lakhs. We're now in a perfect rural Punjab setting. We have khet here, farms of fields of lush green they're supposed to be, but they're brown right now. I don't know why. Never been a farmer my whole life. But yes, not been a farmer, but have been a restaurateur. So I'm going to tell you 10 magical ingredients, just like Salt Bay, to build your car, to be a sports car killer in under 10 lakhs. So you buy your base car, a Skoda Type 1 RS or a Type 2 RS, ranges between a budget of about 2 lakhs to about 4 lakhs, 5 lakhs. That's your budget for a base vehicle. I bought my car brand new. You don't have to make the same mistake and spend all that money on depreciation. Buy a depreciated vehicle, buy a pre-loved vehicle, and you're in it for about, conservatively we take a figure of about 3 lakhs. Then what I did was, now I'm going to explain how I did it, what was my personalization, and how you can do it. First thing I did, is what I would do is the wheels. So my wheels I bought used, costed me about 60,000, including the wheels and the tires. So that was the first thing. There's a wide range of wheels and tires available for your vehicle to make it stanced and to look nice. And of course, a wider wheel will help you push down all the power you're building inside the vehicle. As far as suspension goes, my car has a sports suspension setup. I don't have coilovers, I don't have air suspension. I have sports suspension because I don't want to be sitting there adjusting the suspension day in and day out. I went in for 35 mm low-ring springs and sports suspension, both supplied by a friend of mine, N1 Racing, Anant. He gave them to me. I bought them used, slightly used, because a guy in Bombay, kept hitting his car as far as the underbody is concerned, and we can run these sort of suspensions in Chandigarh because roads are suitable here. Road tarmac is very clean, and one of the very few places where you can daily drive a sports car like I do my M3, that's also been lowered by about 30 mm, and it just looks dope. So this looks nice, it looks stanched. This car was one of the first few vehicles, first 4-5 vehicles in India to get a KO4 setup. So a KO4 turbo is from the Audi S3 of the same era. Those S3 cars were making close to 300, 270, 300 horsepower. It's very easy. These platforms are used by Audi, by VW. Audi uses them in their Audi A4, S4 line, S3 line. Even the S1 cars have a shorter version of this chassis. They use similar engines, and so do the Golf cars. The Golf 6, if I'm not mistaken, use the same sort of setup in their cars. So I bought the KO4 turbo brand new. Anand gave me a call and told me, bro, I'm getting four turbos, 3 have been sold. Do you want the 4th one? I said definitely yes. So this was one of the first cars in North India to get close to 300 horses with a KO4 setup. Because the bigger turbo, I got bigger charge pipes, because the stock charge pipes have a restricted sort of air access to the turbo. So this lets the turbo breathe more freely, hence making more power, more usable power. So I got a 3-inch open REVO intake and spool-in charge pipes, which has really made a marked difference in the driving of the vehicle. And to keep all this turbo air cool, much cooler, I've installed an integrated engineering intercooler. It's at least 3 times wider than the stock intercooler. So it definitely puts the cooling down, because I'm making the same kind of power in winter and summers. Before I installed the intercooler, I felt a lot of difference between summer and winter temperatures. The car wouldn't just perform the way it should. Now it performs all throughout the year perfectly well. Exhaust is concerned, I got a REVO downpipe, which I got later when I got the turbo. The end can and the catback exhaust were both Magnaflow initially. Resonated Magnaflow exhaust, hence the beautiful sound. But I got rid of the Magnaflow end can and I put a Spitfire, a Borla Spitfire end can, because I just love how the way it looks. I had been running this particular setup for quite a while, and then I started facing issues. My stock clutch would not last more than 5,000 kilometers. So I changed 2 sets of clutches, and then I thought to myself, why am I being such an idiot? And I got a stage 3 spec clutch kit, but a road usable clutch kit, which was good for about 350 horsepower. It's very soft, very usable setup. So I got that. I installed it. From that day on to today, it's been close to 20-25,000 kilometers. Haven't faced a single issue. I highly recommend it. There are dealers here locally who give them, but I got it from abroad. The second issue I was facing was the brakes. Brakes would not last more than 6,000 kilometers. I went through 2 sets. Then the third performance set I got was from N1 Racing, Hawk ceramic pads. They lasted me a good 15,000 kilometers. They were amazing pads, great bite, but still not the level of pads I have now. So I hooked up to my friend KS Motorsports, Karan Shah, from Mumbai again. He gave me the REVO setup, and also I am an official dealer for REVO here. Also he does EBC pads. He's the OG guy to get all the brilliant things. Whatever good car things are happening abroad, he got the EBC pads to India, and now they're a household name. So I got the EBC pads and EBC slotted rotors, and they're running absolutely like magic. I'm loving every bit of it. Every tuner turbocharged car is incomplete without the signature sound. I know I made it was a pretty valid representation. So you can't do that without a blow-off valve. So I have a Forge billet aluminium blow-off valve. Runs absolutely great since stage 1. I've had that installed since I bought the car and never given me any issue. Again, that was used. So lastly, maps. Now maps are something you desperately need for your car to run very efficiently and for it to put down the best power. There are 2-3 companies in India and around the world which manufacture some of the best maps in the world. Since day one, I was running a stage 1, stage 2 and stage 3 APR setup. When you're with a certain company, with a particular company, you only have to pay the difference between a stage 1 and stage 2 if you jump it. So I've always been the kind of person who wanted to go through the whole journey of building the car. I did stage 1. I called up Anand. I sent him the money for the tickets. I flew him down to Chandigarh. He did the maps for me. The car was stage 1. I absolutely loved it. It was a different beast altogether. Then for stage 2, I did slight bits here and there. I did an intake. That time I was running a Carbonio, carbon fiber closed intake system with 2.5-inch pipes in the intake and an exhaust. So these two things, I call up Anand again, sent him flight tickets, but he charged me only the difference between the stage 1 and stage 2 map. So he charged me about 10,000 for the map and about 10,000 for him to fly. He came in the morning, we drove the vehicle, he put in a stage 2 map and went back. Then when he got me the turbo and stuff, I had to get him back again. We did a stage 3 on this and it was completely ballistic since that day. APR maps are slightly more aggressive. It's not slightly, they're very aggressive. When I got down to the REVO setup, I took the REVO dealership here for Chandigarh. Being a loyalist, of course, I was running REVO. I had to get people a feel of REVO. So this was the car which I would do it on. So I was running a REVO setup on this. It was slightly tamer. But with tamer, what helps now is I'm a much mature person now. And the car drives the way I want it to. Not too ballistic, very linear power delivery. And it puts slightly lesser stress on the internals and things. I think long term, it would help as far as the car is concerned. But about 10 years back, I would want the APR setup. So it's all on personal choices. I will list a whole list of what I did on the vehicle. I've told you how I personalized it. You can personalize it for yourself too and get whatever suits you. There's a wide variety available, and I urge you to follow your dreams, buy that car you've always wanted to and build it the way you want it to, because you know, after all, a car is what we spend most of our lives in, and it's supposed to be an extension of our personality. If you follow this magic recipe under a budget of 10 lakhs, if my mathematics is correct, you can build your sports car killer very easily. All parts are available, and this is a very good platform to start your tuner life with, as I did. I would also like to mention one very major component, which I'm mentioning at last, but it's the most important. The consumables which you put in your vehicle have to be top notch. So fully synthetic oils, the best quality filters, that's what matters. This car has never run stock since day one. Since day one, this car, after the break-in period, got a stage 1 map, got a stage 2 map, and then it's been all upwards since. This car has performed very well, never broken down, never ever gave me an issue. So if you take care of your cars well, you do the service on time. My service intervals are about 5,000 kilometers. You know, I was told by a very wise man, Karan Shah, that you know, these cars putting down so much power, there's more wear and tear. Do service them on time and you shall never have an issue. These are COVID times, and I would appreciate if all of you can stay home and stay safe. And if you like our content, please like and subscribe. Hi guys, welcome back to Thrive to Drive. We're back and finally getting here delivery of an E38 I just bought. Thanks for watching this video. We'll be coming up with more content, so stay tuned. Please like and subscribe.